and welcome to today's reading, or today's second reading, where we are looking at runes. So, one rune per person. It will definitely be your current chapter rune, because I think it has been a very long time since we did any rune reading. But yes, rune reading. So, as the title says as well, if you do want your additional rune, if you do want a future rune, you're very welcome to send a super chat for that. Or if it's a pretty quiet stream, then I can do additional runes for members, of course. But we'll just see how it goes, see who comes in. So I know a lot of people jump in thinking that this is crystal ball. So if you do want a rune reading, please do comment rune, and you will have a rune. It's very quiet. I'm full of general rune for the community for now, and see if anybody does roll in. Okay. So we have the breakthrough rune. Breakthrough. So the breakthrough rune is the last rune in the cycle of transformation. So it's positive changes in self-improvement and understanding. There's a warrior nature that reveals itself. Now, I always say we all do have warrior energy within us, but some of us just don't have it very forefront. Me, personally, my warrior energy isn't super forefront, but of course, you know, we all have it. So warrior energy might reveal itself in this chapter. And an event that will change the course of your life path is very near. Trust is needed. A major period of achievements, improvements, and prosperity. Darkness is behind you. There may still be some hard work. And although you are called to trust, and perhaps even take a leap of faith, keep your head straight and don't act recklessly. It's a gentle leap. You know, we can take a leap of faith, but it's a gentle leap. We do due diligence, and it's a gentle leap. Cass, hello and welcome. If you would like a rune, you're very welcome to a rune. Would you like one? Leo Moore, hello, welcome. So yeah, just comment rune if you would like a rune. You're very welcome to have a reading. I'll be on for maybe 40 minutes. So let's see how many people we can get through in that time. If you would like a rune reading, please just comment rune in the chat. So yeah, so Cass, I think you're wanting one? Okay. Okay. Let's find it. Cass. So this is the signals rune. So this is signals. And it's a messenger rune. So your connection with the divine is at hand. Do self-care before doing too much for others. So this is a quite important message that we do often talk about, where you need to realize that you are just as important as other people. So sometimes you might be putting other people before yourself a little bit too much. So do try to put yourself first a little bit more in this current chapter. Self-care is not selfish, remember that. And it also says, don't neglect your spirituality, because it's about your connection with the divine. Trust your intuition, trust those signs, those synchronicities that you're getting. Even if they don't make sense to you right now, they will make sense to you eventually. So just trust them That's the message from the rune. So, messenger rune, messages from the divine. And that's for Cass. Lisa, yes, of course. Just put them back and I'll get one for you. Lisa! A rune for Lisa. Ooh. Okay, so this is your rune. I think this is partnership. The partnership rune. So the partnership rune is very important. Partnership is coming up for you. It could be business, so it could be like a business connection or someone who helps you to get like a job or something like that. But it could be romantic, it could be friendship. There isn't really an indication of which kind of partnership it is, but it's a very important partnership. But the energy of this rune is, oh, Cash, you're very welcome. And yes, it does feel like you're a bit of an empath, putting people before yourself a little bit. But yeah, so Lisa, the partnership. So it's a very important partnership. Could be business, romantic, or friendship. But the idea of this is, so when we get into a really nice partnership, we often kind of amalgamate a little bit into that partnership. We take on each other's likes and dislikes. We kind of, we're influenced in a positive way by them. But sometimes this can mean that we lose our sense of individuality a little bit. So this rune is saying the partnership is going to be very important. It's going to be great. Don't discount it. But keep your sense of individuality. You need to keep your, it's almost like the cat totem animal. We have to have that balance between sitting on the lap of the person and pairing and going out for like days on our own, like the cat does. So it's that having that sense of individuality. You could have like maybe a show that you just watch on your own, a hobby that you have to yourself, time to read books, something like that. But it's just something you do on your own that's very personal and independent. Keep that sense of individuality, even when you get this very important and positive relationship. Leah, yes, you're very welcome to a rune. So let's do Leah. Focusing on Leah now. So this is, I disconnected. Buffering just then. I disconnected. I will try to continue. I hope that doesn't happen. So Lisa, we have Lisa. This is the fertility rune. So the fertility rune is, you may be called to work with the moon phases. So it's important as well, if you're doing any manifestations, if you're doing anything like that, keep in mind the moon phases. Like when a manifestation happens, you need to understand what moon phase you were manifesting it in, because that could resonate with you. There might be a certain moon phase that resonates with you for your manifestations. So just try to keep that in mind if you can. But yeah, you might be called to work with the moon. Completing things from the back burner is very important. So a focus on completion. So anything that maybe you started but you didn't finish, maybe you had this idea to get into something but you didn't quite do it. The energy is completing things that need completing. That's very important. Don't worry about taking risks right now. You have a spiritual safety net. So you taking risks is still do your due diligence, make sure you don't get scammed, but taking risks is okay for you right now. You do have a bit of a spiritual safety net there. So yeah, don't worry about taking risk. Doing something that scares you may be good for you as well. So doing something that maybe, makes you a bit nervous, something that builds your confidence a little bit, makes you a little bit scared. And you are a chrysalis and you need to emerge a butterfly. So a transformative period, you're going through a transformative period, but you will emerge in that leveled position. And also keep your humor about you. So don't tap too much into that serious energy. Keep in your light-hearted energies a little bit if you can. So that was Leah. So don't think that we're reaching people with this stream. The crystal ball was very busy. but the stream's very, very quiet. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I might just share the live. I'll share the live and see if anybody else wants to jump in. So if I do buffer for a moment, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Dope, hello. Oh, we have people in now. Oh, okay, that's great. So Sadia and Maya, are you guys still here? Lisa, you're welcome. So yeah, dope. If you want a reading, please let me know if you're still here because I know I disconnected. You're still here. I'm just quickly going to share the live. So if I buffer, don't worry, I'll be back. Yeah, so I just posted. Sadia is here, wonderful. Let's focus on Sadia. Okay. So this is the one that stands out. So let's see what we're getting here. Bear with me. One day I will have all of these in my head, off by heart, one day. So you have the destruction rune actually. So needing to be free of hierarchy. So this can come in many forms, but a lot of the time it's like wanting to have some kind of self-employed venture or freelance venture or some level of something where you're not quite as um having a boss or having someone kind of above you. It's very much like you're doing something for yourself, being self-sufficient, something something like that. Breaking free from a hierarchy, and a hierarchy is usually things like who you're working for, people above you. So breaking free of a hierarchy might be in your life path. Also needing to focus on spirituality more than the physical at the moment. So yeah, so your current anything that you currently have planned at the moment, like something you're working towards, it might be disrupted, but only for your spiritual growth and spiritual progression. So do bear in mind, if you do get disrupted, if things go a little bit off path, it's for your spiritual growth and healing. So try to have a positive energy about it, even if you kind of have to take a bit of a detour, go off on a tangent. Just be mindful that's for your spiritual awakening. Um, External issues might be out of your control. You may experience loss or damage, but the more severe the disruption that you have is more, it will be balanced out with positive karma. So anything negative that happens to you in this period of change will be balanced out and you will be rewarded. You'll be given the positive energy as well. So don't worry too much about the things that go wrong in this chapter, because the greater the disruption, the greater the awakening, and the better the change after this disruption. So then you have very forceful energy from this rune. So yeah, it's very strong energy. There's a lot of strong energy. Even if this change isn't super negative, which I hope it's not, it is kind of a big change or some level of big disruption. So yeah, that was for Sadia. It's not the best rune because it does suggest, that you might have difficulties. The rewards and the positive karma that comes to you afterwards is worth it. It will be worth it. Yeah, you stay blessed, Sadia. Nice to see you here again. Maya, yes, of course. Juliana, I'm not sure how you say that, but you're very welcome to a rune if you would like one. But we'll do Maya for now. So if anybody is new in, just comment rune if you would like a rune. It's just simple rune readings, just one rune per person. It'll be your current chapter rune. If you do want your future rune, you can send a super chat for that. But you can just have your current chapter rune for free. Very welcome. So let's do Maya. Okay, so this is the rune I'm feeling for Maya here. Let's find that. Okay, so we have the rune of joy. Joy. Any blocks will begin to fall away in my body and spirit. So anything there's a block at the moment will begin to fall away. A meeting place between heaven and earth. Your new clarity may change what you feel at the moment, or your ambitions and your goals. So you will gain a new level of clarity. and it might change what you're currently working towards, what you're currently trying to manifest. The clarity that you have, the kind of, you know, the veil lifting from your eyes might change your desires, your ambitions, your goals a little bit, but ultimately you're having, it's joy, it's for a positive direction, you know. It will be positive. Blocks beginning to fall away. So it is a very nice one. Yeah, Magda Yuki. Juliana, yes, of course. Is it Juliana? Juliana? I'm not sure how you say it, but yeah, great one for Maya there. Happy to pull that one for you. But yeah, we can do Juliana. You're welcome, of course, you're very welcome. Guys, please like the video if you haven't liked it. It's a very quiet stream, so any likes are greatly appreciated. But yes, let's do Juliana. So, guys, if you are new, we do many different types of readings on stream all the time. We just had a crystal ball earlier today. I try to come on 5 times a week. There's always free streams, crystal ball, pendulum, tarot, rune, candle wax reading, flower reading, bone reading, tons of different types of readings to get involved in. And there's always free ones, so do subscribe. But yes, let's do Juliana. Juliana. Okay, so we have it. Just going to find it. I made the notes myself, by the way, guys. It's just, for some reason, the rune meanings never just sink in to me. I always have to check my notes for them. But there we are. This is your rune, and it says the phoenix is your totem animal right now. The phoenix is your totem animal right now, and with the help of the unknown force of the universe, so that could be your inner self, your higher self, your guides, angels, anything like that, you will rise from the ashes. So you will rise from the ashes. So anything that's going wrong right now, anything where you're kind of, you know, symbolically you're burning and then you're rising from the ashes like the phoenix. So it's very, very nice, positive kind of outlook to what can come. Anything that's going on right now that's negative, you're going to reinvent yourself in an even more positive way. So it's not just balancing out with positive, it's even more positive than the negatives you've had. So also maybe a surprise, some unexpected gains. So you might get some abundance or some any gains. It could be love, it could be gains in relationships, gains in a job, gains in your spiritual life path even, but it's unexpected gains. So you're rising to a higher level and it might be unexpectedly, like money coming to you unexpectedly. And you will begin to see from a higher perspective as well. So there's an energy of seeing from a higher perspective, maybe having a higher understanding of things. Again, it's similar to Maya, where you might have some clarity come over you, but it's the initiation rune. So it's initiation is what it's called. But yes, Phoenix rising from the ashes. So quite a nice one for Juliana. Ascending Universal Butterfly, of course, you're very welcome to a reading. If you haven't liked the video yet, guys, please do like it. I greatly appreciate that on a pretty quiet stream. But yeah, let's do Ascending Universal Butterfly. Okay. There's your rune. It is retreat. So, real property, moving house, acquiring land or property. So there's a really positive omen with this one about actual land, like the physical, the root chakra, the physical things that you're trying to bring in, whether it's you're looking for a house or you're looking for a better deal on mortgage or rent, or you're looking to redecorate, to renovate, you know, or you're looking for which location shall I live in for the rest of my life, you know, maybe trying to choose which country to live in, things like that. Very positive omen about the actual house, you know, moving, the house, the living situation, comfort. It can even be people moving in or out of the home in a very positive way. Someone you want to move in, moving in, someone you don't like moving out, you know. Positive things about the home like that, very physical things. So it can also be, can sometimes be a job. So what I was saying then about the home, you can link that to a job. Sometimes it's a job. Sometimes it's like you're finding that job you really want to get rooted into, you really want to sink your teeth into in a way. You know, that job that you really, really want, not just you know, you're going with the momentum to pay bills. It's like a job you really want. And it can be that as well. So it can be, it's very physical. It's usually about home or location, but it can be about job. But you're shedding old skin and knowing when to stand your ground. So you're definitely releasing something. That's a shedding of something. So if it is choosing this location or choosing this job, you might be shedding the old kind of life, the old location, the old job. But also you have to know when to stand your ground with this rune. You can't be too much in that you know, being on the fence energies. You do have to kind of stand up for what you believe in this current chapter. But overall, it's pretty positive for the physical life path, and you know, the physical things we're trying to manifest, the home, the job. So that's quite nice for ascending universal butterfly. Mecca, yeah, of course. Osmos, Elf, hello and welcome. So guys, if you are new, we do many different types of readings here all the time. Crystal ball, pendulum, tarot. There's always free readings. Of course, we do have extras for members and things like that. But there's always free readings here, so do subscribe. Yeah, there's going to be crystal balls, tarots, all sorts coming up. So Mega, this is for Mega. And please like the video if you haven't liked it, guys. I really appreciate that. We'll do my turn now. Okay. So this is the one I'm called to. Let's find it. Let's find it. Possessions. Possessions. So you have fulfillment, ambitions satisfied holistically. Ambitions satisfied in your spiritual senses, any spiritual ambitions, spiritual goals you're trying to reach. Emotional, you know, ambitions, like ambitions you have with connections, seeking from connections can be fulfilled, and physical ambitions may be fulfilled as well. So like getting a job, getting whatever you want physically. If you feel fulfilled in one area more than the other right now, you need to open up and think about conserving your gifts as well. So you need to open up a little bit. So let's say you feel like, okay, well, in relationships, I feel like I have my ambitions satisfied, but I don't in my work. Open up. So set the intention to open up to that because it is coming to you. Welcome it in. But then you also did have conserving gifts. So, you know, sometimes as well, any small step that you get, you know, maybe it's like you have a little bit of an awakening in your spiritual path or something, but small, you know, it's not fully what I want. I'm not fully clairvoyant, I just have better intuition. Still be thankful, still give thanks for those that you're getting. Any small steps, be very thankful for them. And when we're thankful for the small steps, we get bigger steps. So just having that gratitude as well. But yeah, very nice. So now I have Osmos Alf is next. Let's just read the comments. Ascending universal butterfly says that makes so much sense, so I'm glad. Really nice to hear when it resonates, when you're feeling like that resonates with you. You're very welcome, of course. Aparna, hello. Angela Newhouse, hello. Magician's Heart, hello. So we do Osmos Elf, Aparna, Magician's Heart if you would like one. Angela, if you would like one, do please comment. Hello from Bali, Dominic Calwin. Hello, welcome from the UK. So yeah, guys, if you are new, please subscribe and like the video and comment if you would like a rune and you will get one. So Osmos Elf, are you still here? We'll do yours. So let's see. Oh. So we have Osmos Elf and then Alpana. Are you still here, Elf? Dorella, hello and welcome. Yes, okay. Let's do it. Okay. So this is the one I'm drawn to right away with you. And this is the warrior rune. So you are a spiritual warrior. Allow the will of the universe to flow through you. So when we're guided to allow the will of the universe to flow through us, it's very much in that period. So I always talk about these phases we go through, where sometimes we're in the manifestation phase. You know, you put your manifestations out there, go against the tide, put your affirmations out there, try. But then sometimes we need to sit back, let those energies settle, let those energies flow, and just allow the universe to carry us, to take us there, and that's the phase you're in at the moment. So it's more of a relaxed, letting the universe take me where I need to go energy. So that's a little bit where you are at the moment, but your anxieties will begin to release into true trust. So you're really being called to really trust that flow, because where it takes you, you're going to feel better about. Any anxieties that you have are going to be overcome or released or anything like that. But you do have warrior energy. When we get this rune, we do have to kind of understand that warrior energy is within us. A lot of us don't have it at the forefront or tap into it all the time, but it is there. You know, I'm very kind of like in my maybe divine, feminine, soft kind of energies a lot of the time. I don't rarely bring my warrior energy to the forefront, but sometimes it is needed. So just think about that. When it's needed, you should do it. But yeah, mostly going with the flow of the universe, because it's going to take you where you need to go, and it's going to release the anxieties that you have. So that's really nice. So if you are doing manifestations or affirmations, just step back from them a little bit for now. Trust that the energy is out there and settling and aligning, but just step back from actively doing them, basically. So that was for Elf, Osmose Elf. And I think it's Arpana next. Let me just check. I don't want to skip anyone. Yes, Arpana. But guys, if you're still here and you want the reading, just let me know, just comment. So I think Angela, not Angela. I think Angela is next. So, but this is for Arpana. This one. Okay. Arpana, the opening rune. Open up to endless possibilities, but give without expectations, and you will soon receive an abundance. You will soon receive an abundance of light will be shone on all of your issues. Okay, so sometimes we do have the energy of like we're giving and kind of expecting that balance back. But I feel like a lot of people, most people here are empaths anyway, so I feel like you naturally give without expecting to receive, but stay in that energy. Make sure you are staying in that nice, generous, empathetic energy that you have, giving without expectation of receiving, but it does say that your positive karma of all of your generosity, you are going to be rewarded for that. It is going to come back to you. Just don't expect it. Don't be like waiting for that reward, but it will come to you. An abundance of light will be shone onto your path. So that's really nice. All of your issues. So you might get a resolution to your issues, or your issues might just naturally become resolved on this path, as such as someone apologizing or something being sorted out without you needing to do much. But it might just be that you see the light of the how to resolve it. So you might still have to resolve it yourself, but you'll have clarity on how to do that very soon. So just maybe relax a little bit if you have any issues going on, because it does seem like they will be resolved. It's a positive omen as well for relationships. So particularly it's a positive omen for romantic relationships, but it's a positive omen as well for any relationship. So, friendships, family relationships. So if there is any problems there, maybe a relationship is where the issue is, very positive omen for that. So that was for Arpana. And I think we have Angela next, but let's just see if Magician's Heart is here. You're very welcome. Bonnie, you're very welcome. And hello, welcome, Wesley. Hello, I'm very well. I hope you are well. You're very welcome, Osmose Elf. Oh, Magician's Heart is here. So it'll be Magician's Heart and then Angela. Sorry. Yeah, Magician's Heart and then Angela. I just want to make sure, going in the correct order of the chat. Magician's Heart, have a rune for you. There's your rune. Let's find it here. Bear with me. Here we are. Wholeness. The sun's energy follows your path with no They're my own notes and I can't even read them. Wholeness. So the sun's energy. So this, it looks like a lightning bolt, but it's actually supposed to be like a sun ray. So it's like a ray from the sun. Follow your path with no ulterior motive, only your individual unique desires. So it's very much about tapping into your inner authentic self and trying to understand what your true desires are without any influence from other people. You know, maybe you've been influenced by something online or people in your real life. Try to just think like, what were my real desires? Maybe when you were a child or growing up, maybe you had different desires and different like, ambitions and goals. Do you still have them? Did you achieve them? Did you not achieve them? Very much about thinking, what are my real authentic desires? So really thinking about that. So what you're striving to become is what you already are. So it says that it's within you. Let the sun and spiritual light illuminate your path. And you may feel surges of energy. Utilize them. When you get surges of energy, make sure you're utilizing that energy to do productive things. And the situation feels off, do not feel guilty about withdrawing. So, you know, if it's like with friends or whatever it might be, family, and you just feel like this isn't right, if you don't go, just don't feel guilt about that. Follow your intuition about that, because something might happen, you know? So just trust your intuition. If something feels off, don't feel guilt. Just, you know, withdraw from that. But yeah, so I think the most positive, the most important message here is that so your desires coming to light, like your manifestations, your desires, but particularly in terms of your ambitions, like what your unique desires and what you really strive to do with your life. You're getting back onto that path. So you might have stepped off the path a little bit, and sometimes we do this just because we need money. So we just go down a different path with a different job, and then, you know, we kind of lose track of what we really wanted. You're aligning more into the path of your true desires now in this chapter. So follow that when it comes. Make sure you are following that. And yeah, it's a really nice one, wholeness, you know. But you do sometimes have to tap back into like, what were my desires before I was maybe influenced by something else, you know. So that was for Magician's Heart. But now we have Angela, I believe. So let's do a rune for Angela. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So let's do Angela now. Guys, if anyone new is asking for one, I will check the chat in a moment. So just bear with me. But this is for Angela at the moment. So we'll just do Angela first. There we are. So this is the growth rune, growth. There's an aspect of your life that is developing into its next level. So a higher commitment, a promotion, spiritual activation. You are called to practice modesty, patience, fairness, and generosity. This will help you realize which areas you are leveling up in. So you can be leveling up in just one of them, you know, getting a promotion. If you're single, you might get into a relationship. If you're in a relationship, you might get engaged, things like that, going to that next level. Or if you're working on your spiritual path, you might have like a spiritual awakening. And whatever it is, whatever area of your life it's in, there's a leveling up element here. So it's very positive, and it can be in more areas than one. So yeah, you could look out for that. But yeah, the growth rune. So it's really, really positive. It's simply just you're going to level up in this chapter. So maybe kind of try to tap into like, which area is this in? If you feel like you are really leveling up one area more than another, maybe focus on the other areas a little bit more. But yeah, leveling up. Leveling up in on your life path, the growth rune. So that was for Angela. So I'll scroll the chat and see who was next in the chat. Actually, yeah, you're really welcome. You're very welcome to a reading. We'll just go in order of the chat. So let me just see who is here. Just be prepared though, because if you know, I do kind of do a bit of a roll call and ask if people are still here, because I know people do jump out, you know. So let's see who is next. So I will just ask you to comment to make sure you're still here. To have Magician's Heart, Angela. Then we had Dominic or Dorella. Is Dominic or Dorella still here? They were the next ones. Let me see. Dorella says, Oh, hit the notification bell. Yes. Yeah, because I was on stream from on my own for a long time this time. So I don't think anybody got a notification this time. So do we have Trevella or Dominic still here? And if not, it would be Loyal Mom. So let's see. Dominic, Trevella, Loyal Mom. Do we have any of you guys in? Let's see. Okay. Maybe we try a different way. So we don't have Dominic, we don't have Trevella, we don't have Loyal Mom. So yeah, I think it will be Wesley. We'll try a different way. Who is still here? Do we have Wesley, Aslila, Shweta? Who is still here? It says there's 5 people, but it looks like only Kieran. So we don't have Dominic, we don't have Trevella, we don't have Loyal Mom, we don't even have Wesley here anymore. Okay. I'll do Kieran. I'm going to do Kieran right. Oh, Wesley. Okay. There we go. There we go. Wesley, this one is for you. Okay. So I'm drawn to this one. This is the Harvest rune. The Harvest rune, which is make sure you have planted seeds for the things that you want. So even the smallest of actions that vaguely point towards your goals are going to be huge in a year from now. So this is the kind of room where, you know, maybe you don't have a lot of time or energy or things like that, and you might have like a to-do list for your goals, and you might tick off like one thing every day, just one thing, one small thing, but you're going to get, when you look back in a year from now, you'll think, oh my gosh, I've come so far and I don't really feel like I've done that much, because it's all about the small steps that you're doing, but they're going to make a big positive change in a year from now. So although I say it's the current chapter rune, the rune kind of spreads out quite wide because it's talking about the whole year. But it is about planting seeds. So like we're saying here with those small steps, any seeds that you can plant, they're going to grow. They're going to grow really huge. So anything that vaguely points towards your goals, you know, maybe it's something very, very small, maybe it's only very minimally related to the thing you want to achieve, but in a year from now you're going to get closer and closer and closer and closer, and you will be surprised at how far you come. So the harvest is a very positive rune to have, a very positive omen for the whole year. So that's a nice one for Wesley. And welcome, Wesley, because you are new. I am Venus, and this is Secret Frequencies. So guys, if you are new, we do many different types of readings on here every week. So I try to do 5 times a week. This is my second time on today. And we do things like crystal ball, tarot, channeling, all sorts of different things. So there's many different things to get involved in. And they are all free. There's extra ones for members, but there's many, many free readings. Greatly appreciate the likes on the video, guys. Thank you so much. Let's see. So it was Wesley, then Eslila, Shweta, Kieran. I think we might just get, Wesley says, I'm busy fitting for my property that my family is hiding from me. I hope that you can make the small steps to get towards your goal there. It's not nice to hear that something is being hidden from you, but at least this is positive about coming the vast achievements within a year. So best of luck to you and positive energy to you. Hope that situation is resolved quickly. So let's see. Aslila. So it'd be Aslila, Shweta, Kieran. Yeah, I'm trying to give people a chance to just say that they're here. I do like to go in order of the chat as much as I can. I know people do jump out, but yeah, I do apologize, Kieran, but just try to go in order of the chat as much as possible. Yes, Leela, Shweta, Kieran, we will get all three of you done, so don't worry. Don't worry about that. I'd just like to try to go in order of the chat to be fair. So Leela, your one is... Oh, I feel like this one. Let me find it here. So you have the Gateway rune. It's a sign of readiness to connect with the divine. So your inner self, your higher self, your guides, God, the universe, whatever you perceive. There is some work to be done spiritually. Go with your intuition, and if you're called to any spiritual practice or divination, do it. Don't put it off. Relax and don't rush to make decisions right now. So if you are called to do anything, whether that is doing divination yourself, doing spiritual practices yourself, or whether it's seeking readings like you're doing now, getting readings from other people or spells or sessions, don't hesitate to do it, because this is all part of your spiritual and healing journey, and you are on a positive path with that. You're doing the right thing, so don't hesitate with that. But the thing that you should also relax though. So when it's like saying don't hesitate, it doesn't mean rush. You don't have to rush yourself. Still relax, still don't rush, and especially don't rush to make decisions. So decisions, so the decisions about divination or readings or healings, that's okay. But other decisions on your life path, like maybe who to be with, or which job to take, or which location to live in, like these kind of decisions, don't rush those decisions. Be kind to yourself, allow yourself to relax, and just don't rush yourself. This is not a time for speeding to the finish line. This is a time for contemplation, self-healing, relaxing, and really focusing on your spiritual side and your energy at the moment. So there you are with the Gateway rune. She just says, I am visible. Do you mean like the chat? Is something wrong with the chat? So it's going to be Shweta and then Kieran. Definitely will do both of you guys. Just give me one moment. I'm going to put these runes away. I just need to grab a drink. It should be here somewhere. I don't know where I put my water. One moment. But Shweta, Kieran, you guys, you're in the list, don't worry. Bear with me one moment. I found it. I found it. Okay. Yeah, I can see your comments. Sorry, Shweta. So Shweta and then Kieran. And if anybody is new in the chat and would like a rune, do feel free to still comment. We might have a little bit of time. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes to do these two. I'm not going to rush them. Okay. Shweta, which one am I drawn to here for you? So I do feel... Here we are. So you have the opening rune as well. First repeat of the stream. But you have the opening rune. So it says, open up to endless possibilities. Give without expectations, and you will soon receive an abundance of light. So giving without receiving, giving without expectation, again, it's this energy. I know that you're an empath. I know that, Shweta, I know that you're very, very giving and, caring and generous. So I feel like you already do give without the expectation of receiving, but it's telling you to kind of stay in that energy. Stay in that energy, stay in that really high, generous, positive energy. And even though you are giving without receiving, you will experience rewards. You will get positive karma come back to you. So don't be like waiting for it. Don't be like, oh, my what do you call it? My reward, my good karma, like I'm waiting for it. Don't wait for it, but it will come. It will come. You will have positive rewards, like positive karma coming back to you, so yeah, that's really positive for you. An abundance of light will be shone on all of your issues. So any issues that you have at the moment, maybe like a veil lifted, you may come to some clarity. An issue might be resolved. You might see the solution to an issue because the light, it says light is being shone on your issues. You might see a solution to an issue that's been bothering you for a while, or that comes up in this near future and begins to bother you. You may see a solution for that issue. And it's a positive omen for relationships as well. So it's particularly a positive omen for getting into a romantic relationship, but it can be a positive omen for friendships, family connections. If there's any conflicts or issues or misunderstandings, they may be resolved. And yeah, a positive omen for romantic relationships as well. So yes, opening, very nice. And that's for Shweta. So then we have Kieran. Let me check the time. Yeah, so Kieran, do we have anybody else in the chat wanting a rune? We might be able to do one more after Kieran, we will see. So just comment if you if you haven't had one, if you're here and you haven't had one, just comment. Oh, there we are, Joanna. Yeah, so would you Kieran now? And we probably will have time for you, Joanna, so just wait one moment. Please like the video if you haven't liked it already, guys. I really greatly appreciate that. Yeah, so Kieran, here we are. Oh, many of them standing up. Okay, so this is the rune for Kieran, and this is flow. So a phase of going with the flow. Be present in the moment and observe the lesson of everything out of your control that occurs around you. So you're in a phase of going with the flow, or you might be stepping into a phase of going with the flow. If you Shweta, thank you so much. You're very, very sweet. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. So you're really sweet. So you might be in a phase of going with the flow at the moment, where you're kind of sitting back and letting your manifestations kind of align for you, letting the universe kind of carry you. You might be in that phase at the moment, or you might just be heading into that phase. So see how that kind of resonates for you. But you're being called to be present in the moment and observe the lessons of things going on around you. So there could be a few things going on around you that you can't really control the outcome of. Maybe they're, they're a little bit out of your control, but you're going to learn lessons from them. So just try to observe a little bit, try to take the lessons from them. But it doesn't mean that they're negative, it just means that they're not really in your control, so you might not be, yeah, you know what I mean? So they're out of your control. Not necessarily negative, but out of your control, and there will be lessons. Don't overthink as well. So it's really easy for someone to say, don't overthink. It's much more difficult to actually stop yourself from overthinking. But if you do have any practices that kind of help, or anything that can distract you from overthinking, you're really being called to do that right now, because you just don't want to delve into that lower energy of overthinking or worrying or stress, because you're in a high positive energy and you want to kind of stay there, you're heading into a nice flow. It's a positive rune, but there is a warning to cleanse. There is a bit of a warning to cleanse. So maybe you want to, if you have any cleansing rituals, anything that you do for yourself, energy healing, Reiki cleanses, anything like that, or cleansing of your home, maybe you sage your home, maybe you use sound healing, whatever kind of practices you have to help with cleansing and protection, make sure you are doing them. So cleansing and protection, very, very important for you right now. Just be careful, just be mindful of that, because it is a positive rune, of course, it's very positive, but we do have to take the warnings, because we don't want it to become negative. We don't want to fall, like the overthinking, not cleansing. There's a warning that you could fall into those lower vibrations if you're not careful. So just about being careful. But the silver lining, the most positive part of this rune is that there is a positive omen of a fairy tale, happily ever after. So it may be long awaited, it might be in your more distant future, but there's a positive omen of you having a fairy tale like happily ever after. So really getting that person, that soulmate energy, So very, very nice. For Kieran, that's quite a nice one. So I know there's a few warnings in there, but it's mostly nice. Do we still have Joanna? Joanna, are you still here? Give me a wave if you're still here, Joanna. We'll do Joanna and then Zorella. I'll just ask you in a moment, Joella, if you're in. Just maybe pop in about 5 minutes, and I will hopefully be able to do that for you. Let's see. And you're very welcome, of course. Okay, Joanna, we'll do Joanna first, and then we'll see Joella if you're here. Do you know what? This was not falling down before. It's falling down now. I don't know what's wrong. What's wrong with that? Okay. Joanna. Joanna. So we have it. Excuse me. Joanna, you have the Breakthrough Rune. So it's the last rune in the cycle of transformation. So positive changes in self-improvement and understanding. So you might begin to understand your inner self more, your higher self, your life purpose, things like that. More understanding is coming. Warrior nature reveals itself. So someone did get this before, and I was saying, you know, we all have warrior energy somewhere within us. Some of us are really deeply buried. I feel like mine's very deeply buried. But you may need to bring your warrior energy to the forefront a little bit in this chapter, but you can do it. Your guides are not going to give you any challenge you cannot overcome. You will be able to tap into your warrior energy when and if it is needed. So that's positive. But an event that will change the course of your life path is very near. Trust is needed. It's a major period of achievement, improvements, and prosperity. Darkness is behind you. There may still be some hard work. And although you are called to trust and perhaps even take a leap of faith, keep your head straight and don't act recklessly. It's a gentle leap. So when we say a leap of faith, we often, you know, think of just like, I don't know, taking that chance, just giving into that chance, you know? But still do your due diligence, still be careful, still step quite mindfully, but you can take a small leap of faith, you know? So that's quite positive as well. Just do acting recklessly, that's all. Just still having your, you know, wits about you, if you will, but you can take a leap of faith a little bit. So just, you know, bear that in mind, a little bit of balance there. But major periods of achievements and breakthroughs. So it's very, very nice generally for this near future or current chapter rune. It's more current chapter really. That's for Joanna. So let's see. Yeah, Loyal Mom, I'll do you now. Joella, are you still here? Let's see. If Joella's here, I'll do Joella now. But if not, I will do Loyal Mom and then do Joella last and maybe try to timestamp that. I haven't timestamped for anyone in a while. Oh, Joella, okay. You're here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it while you're here. Loyal Mom, I think it will have time for you. Okay. There we are. Signals. We have signals. The messenger rune. Your connection with the divine is at hand. Do self-care before doing too much to care for others. So you're an empath. You have very kind, generous energy, and you may find that you put others before yourself quite a lot. Now, it's very nice to do that, you know. It's very kind, it's very generous, it's very, you know, we can get a lot of good karma as well when we're putting other people before ourselves. But we do have to also understand that we are just as important as other people. We're all equal here. So you have to treat yourself as important as other people. Don't forget that. You know, sometimes you put other people before you when you have the energy to, but when you don't have the energy to, when you're like, you know, you're kind of draining yourself to do so, please bear in mind, you need to look after yourself. Self-care is very important, so just be mindful of that for doing too much. Don't do too much for other people. Balance it with what you're doing for yourself as well. Self-care is not selfish, you know? Don't neglect your spirituality as well. So yeah, there's definitely, when it's saying as well, your connection with the divine is at hand. You might find that you get more signs, more synchronicities. You might feel more connected to your guides. You even really powerful gifts like you know, premonitions, claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairsentience, whatever it might be, might rarely be increasing. So don't discount yourself. Trust your intuition, trust the signs you're getting, because you will get them. So it's very nice. It's mostly it's about the connection, communication with the divine, with the higher energies, higher self, things like that. But remember that self-care isn't selfish. Don't be straining yourself too much for other people. Look after yourself, especially in this coming chapter. Well, Mom, oh no! I dropped one. Bear with me. So I have to have them all in the bag when I shake them for it to be kind of right. So bear with me. I'm trying to find what I dropped. Yes. sorry about that. So let's do it. Loyal Mom. Guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, please do remember to like it. I really appreciate that. Okay, so it's standing out quite quickly. Here we are. So we have the fertility rune. So someone got this before, I actually forgot to say. Sometimes it can actually be about fertility. It can actually be about you know, the fertility of the person who draws it, or it can be about like a new life coming into like the family or the friend group or someone close to you. It can actually be about that, like, you know, very literally fertility. But generally it's more about you know, you might be called to work with the moon phases. So what I say when people get this rune is, if you find that your manifestations coming true at a certain time of month or a certain moon phase, note that down. Make sure you're journaling about that, because if you're called to work with the moon phases, generally there'll be something positive that happens at a certain phase of the moon. So maybe your manifestation comes, maybe you have good luck in money or good luck in relationships at that time. Petri, or I don't know how to say that, but hello and welcome. So yeah, you might have good luck in a certain aspect of your life, spirituality, relationships, something like that, at a certain moon phase. So just note that down and kind of try to go with that if you notice that does happen. So you may be called to work with the moon phases. But completion is needed. So completing things from the back burner, anything that you've kind of put to one side, or you said I'll do that later, you know, maybe a project, maybe could even be something like, you know, to do with a relationship. Like maybe you've thought like, oh, you know, I'll reach out to them later, or we'll catch up later. Anything that you've kind of put on the back burner does need to be completed. You need to really think about completion, the completion of cycles, the completion of tasks and projects, you know. Completion is very important right now. But you shouldn't really worry about taking risks. You have a little bit of a spiritual safety net. So still do your due diligence. I'm not trying to get people scammed or anything here, but you do have a bit of a spiritual safety net. So doing things that are that kind of risky is less risky right now for you, okay? So don't worry too much about if you do take a risk. Doing something that scares you will be good for you. So if you push yourself to do something, you know, public speaking, you know, something that makes you a bit nervous, just push yourself to do it. Doing something that scares you will be good for you. You'll come out on top even if you're a bit nervous about it, so don't worry about that. And also says you're a chrysalis and you need to emerge a butterfly. So you're going through a bit of a transformative period. You're not fully there yet, you're in the cocoon, but you will emerge. Your wings will come out, you'll spread your wings, you'll be very, very beautiful. Not that you already are beautiful, of course, but you will grow. And then keep your humor and keep grounded. So even when you're having these massive kind of transformations that's so positive and so nice, remember to stay kind of grounded. Stay your humble self. Keep your humor. You know, stay a bit light-hearted as well. Don't take things too seriously. And I'm from the UK, so yeah, hello and welcome from Romania. Very nice. It's nice to see people from different parts of the world. So nice to meet you. Yeah, really nice to meet you. If you do want a room, we could probably do one more, so do let me know if you want one. But other than that, I think I will be jumping off. One mom says, I'm a Taurus, everything out of my zone is scary. Yes, but you may be cool to just take that little leap and just see. Just see what happens. Um, Taurus. I like Taurus energy. We have Miss Venus from the community is also a Taurus, and she's great. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Um, you work in the UK. Is it? How do I say it? Is it Petri? I'm not really sure. But amazing. Yeah, you work in the UK. Well, me too. Me too. You're very welcome, of course. Oh, so it was really nice to catch up with some of you guys. We did end up having quite a few people come in, so that's really nice. If you haven't liked the video yet, please do like it. As I always say, my website is in the description of the video. It's secretfrequencies.com/shop, where you'll find my spells, sessions, and readings. And you can contact me through my Discord, Facebook, or email, which is in the description of the video. Love, light, and blessings to each of you, and I really hope to see you again soon.